Top of the day, top of the day, top of the bay. Salute. Let's get it. Happy Monday. For those of you that's in the bed, get out the bed. Tighten up. Yeah, see, it's CB over here. Yeah. I'm on you.com. Right? We ain't doing no laziness today. You can do it. Trust me. I used to be lazy. Procrastinating and everything. So if I can do it, you can do it. Stop the excuses. Make something happen. Happy Monday. Yesterday is yesterday. Today is a new day. I ain't going to bring up no New Year's stuff. But become a new you and a better you today. So I got a story for you guys today. Story time. So the topic we're going to be discussing today is going to be on the hunting trip. Now, I want y'all to really pay attention to this. Anything I put out is originally me. You know, I don't look up anything or anything like that. It's just things, I have a lot of knowledge and I really just try to help. You know what I'm saying? I want to see people get better out here, you know, because if y'all are transitioning through these videos, then I'm going to become a better person as well. You know, I think we all have things we need to work on. So let's start today. Let's get it. Bow. Okay, so boom. The hunting trip. So say, for example, right now you go out to the mall or you go out to a certain destination. So right now we're going to say a hunting trip, right? So right now you got Paul and Jay, right? These are two people in the story. So Paul and Jay decide to go hunting, right? Everybody want to go hunting, you know what I'm saying? You lit, you happy, you excited, you know what I'm saying? Anybody ever go hunting, you got all your hunting supplies, you got a little cab bag thing. You know, you're not hunting in the cab, you hunting directly in the woods. So you got your little navigator, you know what I'm saying? You got like your little compass, that way just in case you get lost. You got a little lighter just in case you need to light a fire. You got some lighter fluid. You got some canned food. You know, no regular food. You got nothing but canned food. You got a little can open. You might be cheating a little bit. You got 2 hunting knives. One on your ankle, one in your back pocket. If you do bring a gun, you got to, you know, it depends on how you want to move. You know, with me, just bring the huntings, you know what I'm saying? Chill. You brought the lights, you know, you got everything you need to set up your campground, right? And then also, if you want to set up snares around where you sleep at, that way, if anybody comes near you and nothing actually can happen to you, you know, you want to make sure you go ahead and clear your camping ground, right? So this is how they thinking. This is Paul and Jay. Boom. So Paul and Jay, they get up in the morning, they getting all this stuff together, right? We're going up the mountain, right? So I'm going to say I'm Paul, right? So me, I'm Paul and Jay, and they just going around, right? We get up in the woods, right? And Jay is like, you know, we already in the woods. You know how like we're already in the middle of it. You know, it's beautiful out here. And we notice that we're lost, right? And the first thing I say, like, look, let's try to set up camp, you know. Because we came out here to camp, you know, whatever, we're going to find a way out of here. But before night hits, we need to go ahead and make sure we got to establish good fire. We need to have some food. We need to have a place to sleep. So let's go ahead and start putting our stuff together, find a good, clear location, not surrounded by woods too much, but a good, clear, dense area, not really on the ground, and keep it leveled off, right? So we're doing all this good stuff. So now I'm showing him. Right? Pay attention. I'm showing him. I'm like, Jay, look, this is how you start a fire. Jay, look, this is how we get food. We go fishing. We go in the river. I'm showing him, meaning I'm showing him how to fish and everything. I'm getting all the fishes. He just sitting there. He's not doing anything, but I'm getting all the fish. I'm getting everything. I'm getting the fire started. I cut down the woods. I'm building up a little campfire for us because when we try to set up the tent broke. So guess what? We start building a place where we can live at, right? And it took us like 3-4 hours. We got about 5 hours until nightfall. I'm like, yo, let's get it. So we putting things together. And I was just letting them know, like, listen, bro, if we're going to drink water from the river, we need to boil it. That way we can get all the bacteria and stuff out of it. Sometimes you might get sick, might not, but then it still will taste better for us. You know, I'm telling them how to boil the water. We got the fire started. We're going through where I'm teaching them, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm going through it, but I'm doing everything. He's not doing anything. He's just there and just, okay. And I'm like, okay, cool. So along this trip, and while I'm actually going through everything, right, I fall and I twist my ankle, right? So now I'm at the point to where I have to depend on Jay. I have to depend on Jay because I have taken all my energy out of myself and I've installed my education and my resources into Jay. So I'm hoping and praying that Jay can actually help us because nightfall is coming. And nightfall means animals, creatures, everything is coming out, okay? Those are hunters and predators, so we need to be prepared, okay? No preparation leads to disaster, okay? So you need to prepare. That's what my mind and I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, Jay got me. My ankle is hurt. I'm like, bro, I need to help my ankle, right? And also, I'm going to tell you, we got walkie-talkies, even though we're right beside each other. And I'm like, yo, we need to get back to the campground. Remind you, the place that I was building with the wood, it was not done. So knowing me, my ankle twisting and everything, I told him, like, I got it. I'm literally walking on it, right? I'm walking. I'm like, no, we're going to get this done. No excuses. Like, we need to make sure we have a place to lay at and sleep for campfire and have this fire burning up and ready, even though the fire's already up. I'm like, dude, come on. As we moving, I'm like, do you remember how to do this? You remember how to fish? You remember how to get this? Because we might be out here for more than 2 to 3 days. He said, oh, I thought we was only out here for a day. I said, I'm hurt. So it's going to be harder for me to navigate. So I'm going to have to rest a little bit more. So it's going to take us time to get back to where we originally came from to get home safely. He was like, yeah, I got you. Long as tired, I pass out because my ankle is hurting and it's hot. I wake up. He's just laying there. Remind you, I'm looking at the time. I see what time it is. We literally have almost 2 hours before nightfall. So I'm like, okay, like, dude, did you already get the fish? Did you go get the food and everything? He's like, no, I don't know how to fish. I'm like, I showed you, right? I showed you how to fish. I showed you what would happen if this happened. You know, if I get hurt, you know, I know that you can apply a tourniquet. You know, you can make a tourniquet out of anything. You know, you get that stick, you take that, you rub that, you apply that pressure. You can take a little piece of, take my shirt off, take it, apply the pressure in that thing and wrap it around and squeeze it and tighten it. That way I'm applying pressure to my wound if I get cut or something. I'm like, I thought we went through this. And we did, right? So I'm like, dang, dude. So now I'm like, on my end, I'm like, dude, what I'm going to do? Knowing me, I got to get up. I got to figure something out. So I'm standing on my twist ankle. I'm trying to pop it back in place because now I cannot depend on the person which I've invested in giving resource and everything to. And now when it's time to play ball, now when it's game time, he does not know what to do. So long story short is what I'm trying to tell you is that my infall in this story is that I did not survive. Okay, I did not survive. It's because I've given and poured everything into him, but he lacked the strength, the character to get things done with that. Because how can I survive? It's because I've been doing everything for him, right? I've been enabling his activities on who he is as an individual. So therefore, that left me distraught. That left me weakened. That left me without anything to survive within myself. Because now I'm disabled. Now I'm weak. And I don't have anything to give. Because I've given everything to him in hopes and praying that he'll be able to help me. But you know who you actually lean on in situations like that? If it does get chaotic like that, you lean on G-O-D. Because God's going to give me strength in that situation to stand up and finish that and finish building it. You know? The story can turn around because I could turn around and fix everything, but in return, I still did it with God's help. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can continue to pour into a human as much as you can, but you need to take that same energy and pour that back into God. But I will let you know the results will be phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with pouring, but always remember, any resources, any love, anything that you're embedding and pouring into people, please make sure that it's actually being received. Because in return, one day you're going to need help. So make sure you have soldiers of God around you. Not people placers, not people good for an image around you. That are not of value, that are not action takers, that are not willing to get out and do what they need to do. In this world, God has given you a purpose and a driven direction. It's up to you to stand up and make something with it, or you can sit there with excuses. Therefore, always remember, our ancestors back in the day didn't have time to think of excuses. They didn't have time to put stuff together. They had to move and walk on faith. They didn't have time for your feelings. They didn't have time to how am I thinking, where my head is at. They didn't have time for that. They had to move off of faith. So they fully dependent on God in every single situation. And just know, in this hunting trip, God will always win in this situation. And he won in this. And I'm letting you know, that's who you need to depend on. That's where your strength and your anchor needs to be at. So this morning, wake up with attitude of gratitude. Because guess what? At least you woke up. Count your blessings. Stop stressing. Let's get it. Bow!